Welcome to the JavaScript tutorial. Now we have already seen a quick introduction to CSS and HTML. Now we will see about JavaScript. So I will teach you the basic essentials. So these things with HTML, CSS and JavaScript is you have to learn the basic first. Then while practicing you will be jumped into a question. You will face some question and then you will find solution by your own. Then you will learn the new things step by step. If as a new beginner I will teach you the basic thing, but you cannot learn the advanced at the time. Okay, so I will teach you the things that you can grab very quickly. So JavaScript that I can say is a real program in the browser. You see, a user browser can understand HTML, CSS and JavaScript only. HTML and CSS, those things just adjust the color, image, size of text, image and video, something like that. All kind of animation. You see this advertisement over here. These are controlled by JavaScript. So we will see about that. So in the W3 school website, I have clicked in the JavaScript section. So the first one, home. Here they given us a simple program. We will try ourselves. I have run the program, it's here. So if I click this button, it will display current day, date, year and time. So the program they used is here. So we will look into those things later. First, introduction. JavaScript can change HTML content. You see, HTML, CSS, they are just like a static thing. They just don't do big things. But JavaScript, they can change the HTML and CSS. You see this program here. If I click on this button, we change the text. I will do one more time. Here we can see that this is a simple HTML program where there is a paragraph tag with ID is equal to demo with the text. So this ID is equal to demo, this ID. So, and we have another button here. If we click the button, it have to change the JavaScript can HTML content into hello JavaScript. So in the button, we have a property called onClick. If we click in this button, document.getElement by ID demo. Document means the entire document dot get element by ID. Any element with the ID of demo. See, this element have an ID of demo. Okay, now we have selected this paragraph with this much code. Then we say dot inner HTML. Inner HTML means change the HTML equal to what? Hello JavaScript. So when we run the function, it happens. So it say select an element from this document with ID is equal to demo. Select ID is equal to demo from this document and give an HTML content of hello JavaScript. Now I hope you understand. Then it run. So if we copy this code and paste in our HTML working folder. If you haven't gone through my starting video, it is just a Visual Studio Code uh, with one HTML file here. So I save it here, Control save, then go to the working folder and refresh it. It changed. If you haven't been gone through my Visual Studio configuration, please go through my first video about the HTML. I have downloaded Visual Studio Code from internet. If you type in internet, you will get this. Then I save it and I open a folder here. Then I have these files here. This CSS file, I don't need it anymore, so I will delete. So this is a bare HTML file. So this is an so I hope you have understood this one. Now the next point is, you see, this is a resultant program with a amazing JavaScript. It can turn on, turn off the light using JavaScript. We will see those things later. Now, you see, JavaScript program is usually written within the script tag, opening script and closing script. Inside the script tag, we can mention our JavaScript program. See here, document.getElementById. This program is within the script tag. In CSS files, style sheet is written as style here. Now about JavaScript statements. You see, now we will see how to add two numbers in JavaScript. I will not copy. We can make it ourselves. So this is a bare HTML file. There is nothing inside. First, we will make a component P, and we say this is a component, and we can give an ID to it, identification. ID is equal to first component. Then or we can write result of 5 plus 5 is, we will add two number 5 and 5 here. Then the next, to write JavaScript, we have to make script body, script tag, script open and script close. Inside of this one, inside of the script, we will write the JavaScript. Like initially, we have to declare variables like let it be like that. Let x comma y comma z. Means initially we say we have three variables. In programming language, x, y and z means anything it can be given a value. Like later in the program we can say x is equal to 5, means x is 5, but without this let we cannot say x is equal to 5. At least we have to write like let x equal to 5, like that. If we without let, if we just write x is equal to 5, the program will ask what is x. So we have to let computer know that x is a variable. X can be 5 or any string like who, anything like this. And we can say let y is equal to 5 and let z is equal to x plus y. Now z will contain the added quantity of x and y. Make sure x and y are not in the bracket. If it is in bracket, it will consider as a string. Now it is considered as a number. So now the result. So the resultant trend will be in the z value. So we have to make the value of z here. So we can say first we have to take the entire document. We can say document. Now we select considering the entire document. So what should we do? Document dot. Now we have to get an element by its ID. Get element by ID. Which element? Which ID? First component. In bracket, we will write the element ID in the semicolon. First component. Now it selected the paragraph component. Dot. Then what should we do? Inner HTML. We have to write inside the component. Inner HTML is equal to which value we need to write inside? This y. Next to y. Now I save it, control save, go to the browser and refresh. We get result 5. Okay, instead of z I write y here, so I write z. Now refresh, we get 10. So instead of this text, we have automatically added these two things. So this is how we can add two numbers in complex way. There is easy way, but I am just showing you how this program works. Also make sure that after every variable we need to put a comma. Like in our program we have written a comma here. Without comma, this will give you an error. This will think it continues these lines. I save it, refresh, no problem. But it's conventional to write comma here. Sorry, not comma, semicolon. Next is, now we have seen how to declare variable. And in JavaScript, see, this x and y are variable. X have 5 as a variable, y have 5 as a variable. Instead of 5, we can give a string also. like in semicolon. This is a string. Then we will go to our result. You see the resultant is added with the number 5 here. There is a mainly we will use let and constant. Constant means something that we cannot change later. Let x I will add another code here. I will remove all. I will say constant x is equal to 4 semicolon. Then inside the HTML we will write the x. Then I save it and check our browser. We get 4. Go to our code. So I will try to change. I can say x is equal to 44. I write that now. You see this value didn't change. That means once a constant is declared, we cannot change it later. So constant cannot be changed later, but let can be changed. Let is a variable. Let x equal to y and let then we say x is equal to 44. Now the value has been changed. Initially x had a value of 4. Then when program execute in the another sentence, x grabs the value of 44. Here we don't need to write let here because program already know x is a variable. We just need to declare it only one time. So these two are the main JavaScript variables. Then the important thing is string method. Okay. In our program, let x is equal to a string. I will write some junk test here. Then let y is equal to, I will change the y result. Y is equal to, we will find the length of the text. X dot length. So here length is a function. Means it's a very small program that will find length of x, means how many w's are here. Then that count will given to the y variable and we will display the y here. We will check our program. There is an error with the program. Okay, this function does not need semicolon. It will execute itself. So we can see 37. That means there is 37 letters inside it. Then JavaScript slice method mean like in your kitchen there will be something to slice vegetables. It seems like that. Slice will extract some part of an sentence or anything. Here you can say a string, apple, banana and kiwi. And they say string dot slice means this string will be sliced, apple, banana, kiwi, some list. Starting with 7 means counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7 starting with B. In program mostly the counting starting with 0, okay? It will consider semicolon and white space also. And ending with 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it sliced only the banana and removed this apple and kiwi. Then that is what string dot slice do. This string is being sliced and it is given to the an element P. So this is only one important thing. Another important thing is arrays. In JavaScript, arrays are starting with this sign, array open, and this one ending with this sign. Array means it can contain text, numbers, or resource location of image, video, something like that. A large quantity of data. Here we say constant car is equal to this array, and we are just printing out it. So we will create one array in our core program, like let y is equal to an array, empty array. I will include first component A semicolon B semicolon C. Now this array contains 3 elements and we will print the array in the screen. Save the document, refresh. Now we get our array. Also this array we can do many operations. Like I say before, in programming counting start with 0. So A have a position value of 0, B is 1, C is 3. So if we want to know a certain component, we can write this opening this array sign, we can write like 0, y of 0. This is being pointed at A. You can see here small. If it is array of 2, that means in the y array it will find the second component, I mean second positioning element. Here 0, 1, 2, so it will display C. C is here. So that is the only important thing in that. Also, length of an array can be found with dot length method. So now the y here represent the array, this array. So I will write y dot length, y dot length. So this one display length of the array 3. When it is length, it will count how many elements inside. 1 2 3, not like counting the array. Okay, it will just give output of how many components inside of it.